so we won't stay with you. We'll let you go out on the fun stuff. Is this the biggest class you've had? It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's
just the best class, Mayor.
Best? Thank you. Yeah. And there's a couple of repeat offenders in here, right? Yeah. So, the fun class really coming up where you go to the gun range and shoot. So, it'll be a lot of fun for you all. But with that, usually what I tell the class is we really are thankful for doing this, and we hope you had a good time. And what we do hope for is that you let us know what things we can improve in this class, because each class gets better. My wife is with me. She's in the back of the camera, in the blue there. And she's going to finally hear me. She hasn't come to one of these with me. She's going to hear one of the stories I tell. She ain't going to be very happy. And the story was, and this is true, I always tell the story. Val, what class were you? Val, what class? Do you remember?
I think it was 8.
8, class 8. Val did citizen. Yeah. And back then, we were a much smaller city. That was probably, class 8, what year was it?
2099.
And so we were about 30,000 people, okay? Whole different city. And back then, I don't know if you still all do this, where you do the high-intensity traffic stop, what we call it. Did you all do that? Well, they did that out in the street, busy street. It was Lebanon, I think, at the time. And Val had the gun out, get out of the car, yelling stuff, and 911 gets a call. It says, this is true. They get a call and it says, one of your lady officers is in trouble, you better get out of here. And the dispatcher's saying, we don't have a lady officer out there right now. No, but she's out here and she's early. So I think they changed the program a little bit after that, thanks to Val. So it's been fun watching it grow. On a serious note, I think John would agree that this is really important to the city. Frisco is one of the safest communities in the country. A lot of companies come here, a lot of people move here because of that. And we cannot put enough officers out there to really maintain that without your constant support. You're the eyes and ears. You heard a little bit about the neighborhood crime watch. That, if you don't feel something's right, call it in. Take what you learn here and please spread around and encourage others to take it. How many of you have done the fire academy? That's a good mixture. Go do that also. Police will tell you this is much better than that. They got the grants off. They're both great programs, right? But it's fun, but it really does serve a purpose. And we love seeing our youth there. You guys, what's your names? Yeah. Nicholas, and what's yours? Jack. Well, it's nice to meet you all. You guys having fun? What school do you go to? Have you been to safety time yet? Pretty cool, huh? So you guys, you also see things sometimes that you want to let the adults know, right? It's important, isn't it? It's pretty cool. Well, thanks for being out here. You all are the ears and eyes of the community, and that's really important for us. So keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for taking the class. We love what you do for us by being involved. You're having fun, but you're also learning a little bit about our community. What is somebody's favorite part of this class? Somebody give me a hand here. What was your favorite part? Somebody
your speech, sir.
The speech?
Your speech.
All right. That's good.
You're looking for a double raise again, or?
Besides my speech, and the handsome man to my right, what was your favorite part of the class?
The ability of the communications department that said how they can track down, say, a black Camaro speeding down the... No, I'm kidding. It's your ability, the part where the computer guy came in and said how they were able to go ahead and track down the way that crime is being mapped. Yeah.
Statistics and all that.
Yeah, exactly right. Not knowing that that's one of the parts that the Frisco Police Department does, to have that young man come in and tell us all about it, was very, very, very impressive. He had a lot of energy, he knows what he's talking about, and it solved a couple different crimes that we had in our community.
They know what they're doing, don't they? What was the thing that surprised you most that you didn't know? I mean, we all know police officers have guns, they drive cars, they pull people over, they give you speeding tickets. Never me. But what?
Oh, don't say that. Oh, you're in trouble now.
What thing surprised you most?
You'll take care of that, right?
You say, well, I didn't know they did that, or they had that. What was it?
Mental health checks, keeping track up on people and making sure that they're getting the help they need.
Okay. So you didn't know that we had that system in place. Very good. Well, every time I come visit the department, I learn something new, so it's always pretty cool. You know, as much as we get involved and we approve the budget, it's always something there that we pick up on. Well, great.
I like that we have on the CSI.
CSI, yeah, that was pretty cool too, huh?
Yeah, she's awesome.
The one thing I do want to tell you all, everything you saw, every person you met, the training you saw, all the equipment, the buildings, none of that would have happened without your support. You approved the bonds, you approved the elected officials, you approved the budgets, all that really comes from you. That's really important to remember. So you support this community, you support this department, please continue doing so. Frisco is 50% built out. We have twice as far to go. We're almost 130,000 people. We'll build out close to 280. We're going to hit almost 1,500 new homes this year. In a few years, there's going to be a huge number of people that don't know anything about a police department, or fire department, or community, because we have a lot of people moving in. Keep that in mind as you network and as you meet people. Encourage them to get involved, because without that support, without that help, we would not be the safest community around. Charlie, what do you want to have?
Oh gosh, done a great job covering it all. I've been to the police academy here as well, Citizens Police Academy, and when I first got on city council, and that surprised a lot of people. They're like, "Hey, we're on city council. We have to come to the Citizens Police Academy." But it was just a great experience to meet friends and make new friends, meet some of my neighbors. I invite folks that have been in Frisco for a long time that have never taken the class and live right across the street in a neighborhood right near here. So it was a great experience for us to, as parents of kids, to kind of come in and see what's going on. The high school's right across the street, and be able to ask questions from the police officers and their experiences in a growing community like Frisco. And what can we do as citizens to help them, and what can we do to educate our kids to keep them out of trouble. One of the things I learned about in the class, my kids are still relatively young, relatively little, but I have one who's a freshman now across the street, and learning about MPI, minors in possession of alcohol, and what that can do to their future, and the impact that can have on their lives, and compound that with drinking and driving. And it was just a great place to get that lesson in this environment, and not on the side of the street, or not at 2 o'clock in the morning in the other part of this building. So there's a lot that you can take from this. I would encourage you to share with your kids, and tell your neighbors as well that, and because now you're going to be a center of influence in your community. You know, you may already be the guy that people go to when they're going to buy a new car, they get a new computer, or they go to you to ask who I vote for here in the election, and we just went through all of that. So now you're a center of influence on your local police department. You guys get these cool shirts to wear, go out in the community. So spread the word. You know, tell folks what you've learned, what you found to be most exciting, most interesting, the lessons you're going to pass on to your kid, and encourage them to come and take the class as well. And interact with our police officers, because they've got families too. They love Frisco as much as we do. They're trying to raise their families. This is the job that they've chosen, that they come to work for every day. They're real human beings just like the rest of us, and they're just good folks now that they're here working in your community every day. They put on that uniform and go to work, not knowing if they're going to come home that night. And that kind of, I just gave a Veterans Day speech over at Stafford, so I'm kind of on that bench, if you can't tell, that thanking our men and women in uniform, and including our police and fire. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you guys for being here tonight. You can serve your country by serving your community, and you don't have to put a uniform on. You can be the eyes and ears and a good positive voice for your police and fire department. So thank you again for taking the class.
So